what's up? This is Juliet and I'm going to talk about the Brazil and German game. Well, first let me say how gutted I was because Brazil was my team. But when the moment I saw the lineup, I was like, okay, you know, it's like in my pre-match video I said everything about how different the lineup should be, and then in Scolari just goes and does his own stuff. You know, you can't take 10 men against German. You can't do that. It's like, of course, Fred is always invisible. In case you didn't catch my video, I said Fred is always invisible and Brazil is always playing 10 men, and then Hulk is never performing on the sides. So it's like you're taking 10 men against German, and then one of them is playing in an unusual position, so probably he won't perform. And this is Germany, you know. In my first German versus Portugal video, I said how strong German were, and yesterday I said how they're not showing me how strong they are. But yesterday night in that match, they showed me exactly what I talked about in the game versus Portugal. It's like they're a strong team. You give them space and they dominate. Yeah. So Brazil started off well. The first 10 minutes it was okay. Even my friends, my German friends, were texting me like, "Hey, are you still patriotic?" And I had told them like, "Yeah, I'm not German, so y'all are Germans," because they thought that the first 10 minutes showed that Brazil are going to win that match, you know, and probably it's the end of Germans' road. And then there goes that corner. So my auntie was on the phone call when that corner was happening, and she was telling me how they shouldn't have allowed that. And I was like, nothing is gonna come out of that. Nothing was gonna come out of that because it's a corner. Yeah, and I couldn't expect, nobody would expect that Brazil will leave Thomas Muller unmarked. As in, what is wrong? As in, you know, I was like, what is wrong with this team? How do you leave Thomas Muller unmarked? And yes, they left Muller unmarked, and there he was with the first goal. And then that changed everything. It's like German now. I was like, German might just score that goal and really, you know, hold you guys till 90. So I was like, no, Brazil are not going to be allowed to be held till 90. So this might still be a 2-1. And then the defensive mistakes were just that. I wouldn't, you know, I probably feel somebody like Dante, he feels right now that probably it's me who came and made everything happen that way. But I will say it's the collective, the whole defense. It's like everything was just not working out. And that brings me to the Scolari. Scolari is just, as in, you know, when you've lost your star player, yeah, Neymar, as people by there blaming it on Neymar, and I think it's Thiago Silva's loss that was really a problem now. So I think when you've lost Thiago Silva and Neymar, you think out of the box a bit as a manager. You know, I say they could have done a better job than Scolari, and I think a lot of people could have, because you shouldn't just play the lineups for the sake of playing the lineups. Yes, maybe someone is a right back, but for example, it's not necessary for you to play him right back, as in you can always play him in the right wing. So if he didn't want Willian for any other reason, he could have played Dani Alves even up front. We've seen Dani Alves is capable of attacking when he is not worried about his position. You know, he's like, Michael got that. Today I'm not playing as a defender, I'm playing as an attacker. Believe me, Dani Alves could have delivered, because we've seen him delivering for Barcelona attacking wise, you know, so he could have. So I just think that Scolari is a shit manager and he should just be fired if Brazil really want a way forward here. The first thing is being fired, because yesterday I was telling my friend, when you compare the Brazilian squad and the German squad has individual quality. You can't even compare. So when you have a squad like Brazil, they have passion. That's their weapon. They have passion. So if you as a manager ain't willing to play around that, you're going to lose. And yesterday we saw what individual quality can actually do to you. It can 7-1 you. And then before that I said, this is a goalkeeper's World Cup. In my pre-match analysis, I said goalkeepers might just be the ones to save this World Cup. It's like I said it's going to be goalkeeper versus goalkeeper, and may the best goalkeeper win. Julio Ceasar was quite a disappointment to me. It's like when he started this World Cup, he was sloppy, and I was really disappointed in him. And then the game versus Chile, he saved those penalties, and like, maybe he's back. But yesterday, he again lost focus. You know, like, I blame him because I blame the defense, of course, but I think also Julio has a part to do with that. He was not attentive enough, you know. It's like in the second half, when Brazil came on, they had chances, and Manuel Neuer made a double save. And imagine Germany were 5-0 up. Imagine if they were 1-0 down. I think Neuer could have saved even his teeth. That's how you differentiate a very passionate and attentive goalkeeper to a very careless goalkeeper. Julio Ceasar just let them in. If Keylor Navas, Ochoa, you know, those goalkeepers, if they let goals come in that easily, I think that Brazil will be in a total mess. But either way, I just think that maybe Julio Ceasar would have done better too. Scolari, I'm even done talking about him. He's a bad manager and he should be fired. And Andre Schala, in the other hand, you know, like I can't help. I love Andre Schala so much. Like, I love him so much. I couldn't help wanting him to get a hat-trick yesterday. And every time he scored, I screamed on top of my voice. It's so unloyal. I know as a Brazil fan, I shouldn't be doing that. But I was so proud of him. It's like I am always so proud of Andre Schala. He's like this brother I never had. Because I think that people don't give him the credit that he deserves. I think he's a very good player. And I think he saved Germany a lot of stuff. And by now, he should be even be praised more than Mario Götze, if I should say, because I get annoyed every time my friends are like, Mario Götze this, Mario Götze that. I'm like, what has he done? Why don't you say Andre Schala this, Andre Schala that? They haven't still recognized him yet. And here he was. This, he can run, he can move, he has he can shoot with both feet. And whenever I see him play, it's a joy. It's an absolute joy. And yeah, German got the space to show how strong they are, and they came on and they showed how strong they are. And that's what happens when you leave a team dominate you like that. So Brazil is out of the World Cup, and it's the semi-final, but they were out in such a shameful way, and I'm gutted.